Hello, my name is Devon Hendricks. I'm coming to you today to present my capstone project. My project is on behavioral challenges and classroom leadership. The reason why I picked this topic was to show my knowledge in the field I'm currently working with. I'm working with students that have behavioral challenges, as well working in a work environment that have a lot of opportunities to go to the next level. So I wanted to implement these two topics to see how can I take on more leadership skills, how can I implement more leadership action into my career, into a day-to-day basis. However, this project is not really about me. It's really more so a guide and a tool and research on how to have classroom management, how to start taking initiative, how to learn tactics and different traits, different ways to be supportive of the student and population that you serve, as well as giving you that leadership drive to go to the next level. Working in a behavioral school, it has its ups and downs. You have good days and you have some bad days. Some days you will get burnt out, you get tired fast. Some days you will want to quit, to be honest. But the key behind that is just to stay motivated, have a positive mindset, and have patience, because if you don't have patience, a lot of things can turn left. You never know what's the disconnect with a student coming in. He or she might have elements at home that play a part of their behavior. Maybe a football game, something simple that could get them upset. Anything, even your tone of voice, even if you're looking at them, even if you make them feel uncomfortable. These are certain traits that could trigger those behavior. As well, learning how to deal with them, how to assist them, how to take the right protocol steps, follow the chain of command, and documenting everything that you learned or saw or encountered with that student. In a classroom setting, it could be very hard to take on leadership roles. Now, I won't even say take on leadership role. It might be very hard to display leadership, because working in behavioral school is 1,000,001 thing that's happening at once. It's never a time where a situation is just happening by itself. It's always something. You get staff that get pulled to other classrooms. Or you down the staff because somebody called out, or not feeling good, or whatever the case may be. Or having the instructional tutor be outside of the classroom with a student that's particularly having a behavior, or being restrained, or having personal space. So the absence of you not being in a classroom sometimes don't give you that opportunity to shine and show your leadership skills. However, with that being said, I want to get into a little bit of my project with you guys. Pretty much, I really just briefly explained the significance behind my research and why it meant so much to me. Going into this capstone, I was really confused on where and what I wanted to do. It been a lot of rewrites, a lot of edits, a lot of hard work put into this. So the gist of my project was I pretty came up with this topic and this idea, and I wanted to connect a lot of information to two topics but combine it into one. However, I had to do a lot of research. I had to put in time to create a survey and put the survey out there. The survey is actually called Behavioral Challenge in Classroom Leadership. And pretty much that survey was to really get a lot of insight, a lot of data, a lot of findings about what people may think and their feelings towards, or just to get knowledge. When I put this survey out, I was running a little behind, so I didn't have a lot of days to actually present this survey to a lot of people. However, I did do my survey on SurveyMonkey, and pretty much it was an easy task. I filled in the questions, got it out there within that same day, and just being in the field and doing a topic on my field, I had that pull to contact people personally, email, I use social media to really get my survey out there. But I targeted people that actually work in the field or have some type of teaching experience or have some type of coaching, mentoring, anything that you can name that really have to deal with kids. So it comes to find out that, well, I already knew this, but working in this type of field is not a lot of males. So for my first question, gender, I had females, which was 80%, I believe. It was like 32 participants that was female, and then you had, I want to say, 8 males that participated, and then the age range varied. It was a lot of people that was from 20 to 29. You had a couple that was from 30 to 39. You had probably like 2 that was 40 to 49. And then you had like 2 that was 18 to 20. Some of the people that took the survey, the education was just like the age. It varied. Some was still in school. Some was actually doing a master's degree program. Some was actually just high school graduates, which is fine, but had a lot of experience in working with students with special needs or being a teacher. So that was kind of cool, because I did not know that many people actually work with behavioral challenge students. Majority of them I just thought they just worked in the field of human services, but it turns out that a lot of them do work in the school system. From your perspective, what provide the greatest asset in the classroom for behavioral challenge students? I picked this question really because it shows what triggers or what can prevent behaviors from happening, like limited on the subject matter presented, breaks in sensitive activities or other. I do, however, personally, I do feel that that the class size do determine the class behavior, especially if one student's off. One student get the other student going, then the other student get the next student going. It's like a chain of commands that just tumble down after one student's another student. So if it's a positive environment for the students and you got 1 on task, 2 on task, then the next one will be on task. A lot of these kids just want to fit in. They just want to be cool. So one of my next question was, which do you believe of the following are truly the best practice in managing behavioral challenge class. It says redirecting the student, personal space action, use a login journal about the day before it's at home, positive reinforcement with meaning and value. I think that best answer on there was positive reinforcement with meaning and value, because it's like you don't want to reward a kid just because, or you just don't want to reward the kid just because they of that time. You want to see something that's consistent, see a student that's trying to improve, see a student that's trying to help, trying to stay on task, have a good day. And once you gradually start to see that, that's when you should be able to, give them a positive reinforcement with meaning and value. However, then not just wait longer just to do that, but as well, a little incentives. Like incentives is like, okay, let's go take a walk, or let's go to the gym, or just trying to get that student back on task. It's kind of the same thing, but incentive got more so to do with in the now than a long term type of thing. So the next question I want to talk to you guys about is when you think the classroom leadership. Hold up, let me read that over. When you think of classroom leadership, what do that phrase bring to mind? When I think of classroom leadership, I think of all the possible ways to take initiative, to step up to the plate, to take on something that that's not comfortable for you. Classroom leadership to me is somebody that is ready to make an effort. It don't have to be perfect. It don't have to be always by the book, but always by the classroom rules and the classroom vibe. Being a leader is someone that you can get along with, someone the kids look up to, someone your coworkers look up to, and just being that a person. That's what I believe classroom leadership is. And the last question that I did was, what are some ways you can implicate leadership throughout the classroom? Some ways that you could implement leadership throughout the classroom is always being available to do something, available to make copies, available to learn, available to learn the system, and applying that system to the everyday needs and the students. So that was pretty much the gist of my presentation. It took me a while to do this because I don't have storage on my phone, so I had to use a different device. So I just want to say this journey been more than a blessing to me, and I really had fun actually doing this research and actually gaining the knowledge that I got from it. I honestly can say that this was probably one of the best projects I've ever done. All right, that is all for my presentation. Sorry that it extended a little longer than it was supposed to, but thank you.